Adjusting the reading order, also called tab order, is something we can do to make sure that the information is in a sequence that makes sense. And to check on this, we use our trusty check accessibility checker again. Go to review, check accessibility, and in this case, we're going to click on the reading order pane. And that's going to open up here. And what this is doing is showing you all of the items on the slide. And if the box is clicked, it's something that is going to be showing up for a screen reader. If it's empty, it's not going to show up. In this case, we want all of our things to show up. So we're going to click that. And now it shows 1, 2, 3, 4. It numbers the pieces of information. And as you move through the list, it'll highlight them for you and show you where they are. It shows you the order that the slide thinks the information should be in. Let's double check that. Right here, the first one is the picture itself. Normally we start with the title. So let's travel through here and find the title. And remember, we added this one as a hidden title. That was the choice we made for this particular slide. So in this case, we really want the title first. So you just use these little arrow keys and you scooch it to the top. And now that's going to be the first thing that the screen reader sees, which is where it should be. The next thing would be the picture. And remember, the alt text on this, we have seeing visual depiction of the information in the main text. Well, the main text is not this piece because that's the citation. The main text is the caption that we added. So in this case, that's the thing we want to come after the picture. And then this, the reference, a lot of people might have put it at the bottom of the slide, but for some reason the authors chose to put it here. So in this case, we want that to be the last thing because that's the least important piece of information on this slide. So now if somebody's using a screen reader or if they're using a keyboard to navigate through the pieces of information, if they need to spend some time between what's coming at them, now they're going to get the title first, which is what they expect. There's an image there, and the image is telling them, okay, here's an image, but the information that you need to know is in the main text. So the main text is provided here, and it's labeled as main text. And then finally, the last text box is here, which is the reference. And now that makes sense. This is also something that if you run the accessibility checker, for the whole document, it will also let you know that there may be some check reading order. In this particular case, in this draft, there are 15 slides that need some attention. So we've got some other things going on here. Like for this one, we'll just check it and see. You can activate it here and then verify objects. Here we've got the placeholder. Okay, that doesn't make sense, does it? Here's the title, right? Title should be first. So let's scooch him up there. And then text placeholder, that's probably not what we want. We probably want something that says option 1, text placeholder. Okay, that's the thing that should come, right? Because here's option 1, getting started with Poll Everywhere. Option 1, scan the QR code. So that should be next because that's a direction. And then we've got this the scan code. And let's see, what is this piece of information? This is content. So that would explain, and you know what? It should probably come before. It might be better to come before the picture. So now that we've got this first part of this set, we get title first, and then option 1 is to scan the QR code. Here are the directions for how to do that. Here's the scan piece, and then we travel to the next one. Option 2 is to use the website there. And I do want to make a point about this. In this case, people may or may not have access to the actual PowerPoint on their desktop. And if that's the case, then they can't follow the link that you've given them. So they have to know, they have to be able to see the link to type in the information. And this showed also something else we would need to fix on this slide. Remember, is to add the screen tip to that. And there's a section that explains how to do that. And then finally, here's a notice at the end reminding people to keep it open. So now this one is fixed. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of like a puzzle, putting everything in order that makes sense. And that's how you do it.